Jai Hind, dear children. I welcome you all in today's live math class. I hope you all are ready with your book and notebook and pen. Am I right? So let us start. Children, in the last class, I had discussed about the properties of integers. So two of the properties of integers we have already discussed. Also, we had seen how we use number line to add two integers. Okay, and what are the rules which are used while adding two or more integers. I think these topics are clear to you. So let us move to the topic for today. Today we will discuss about the third property of an integer. Third property of addition of integers. Am I right? So yesterday we had discussed about the closure property, which is the first property of addition, and then second property of addition, that is commutative law. So do you remember what is closure property? Let me remind you once again. Closure properties of whole number, addition of whole number says that if we are adding two integers, then their result will also be an integer. Am I right? So integer plus integer equal to integer. Am I right? This was the closure property. So when we add two integers, then we always get the integer only. No decimal, no fraction, no other type of numbers. Right? Second property was commutative law. Commutative law allows us to change the order of integers which are being added. In case of addition, we can change the order of addition of integers. It means we can add the integers in by changing the order also, right? So a plus b or b plus a, both will be equal. It will not affect the result. Okay, 3 plus 5 equal to 8 and 5 plus 3 is also equal to 8. Okay, plus 3 plus minus 5 equal to minus 2 and minus 5 plus 3 is also equal to minus 2. So these were two properties that we have already discussed. So let us move to the third property of addition of integers. And which is the third property of addition of integers, children? Yesterday I told, do you remember? Let me remind you. Third property of addition of integers is associative law. Okay, so write down the third property. Okay. So third property of addition of integer is associative law. So write down associative law. What is associative law? Association means group. Associative law allows us to change the group. When we have three integers to be added, then while adding, we can choose any two integers at first to be added. So we can choose a group of any two integers to be added. So if we have three integers, then firstly we can add first and second, get their sum and add the sum in the third integer, or we can make a group of first and third, okay, add them and find their sum and add the sum in the second integer, or we can add second and third integer, find their sum and add this sum in the first integer. In any way you can add, you can choose any two number as a group, as an association. Okay, so this is associative law. A plus b plus c or b plus c plus a. In any order you can add the integers. In any group you can add the integers. Okay, so we have to add the integers one by one. Firstly, choose any two integers, add them, find their sum, and then add the sum in the next integer, that is third integer. Okay, so first two integers which are being added may be first and second integer, or first or third integer, or and third integer. Any two integers can be chosen at first. So it will not change the result, right? So let us see. So how will we write? If we have three integers, associative law, for this law we will use at least three integers. Okay. So for any three integers a, b and c, we have, what can we have children? A plus B plus C. We are adding these three integers, okay? So we can add in two or three ways. I am using two ways here to add these integers. In first way, as we have to choose any two integers at first to be added, okay? We cannot add together, all together at the same time. We will choose two integers one by one. First two integers, add them, get their sum, and then add the sum in the third integer and then find the sum again. So how? Firstly, you can make group of first and second integer, add them, find their sum and add this sum in the third integer, or you can make a group of second and third integer also. It means if you want to add second and third integer at first, like this, b plus c, find their sum and add the first integer in the sum of second and third integer. So will this change the result? No. In both the case, we will get the same result, children. Okay. So this is true for whole number also. It is true for integers also. Right, children? So you have to remember this. A plus B, then plus C, and here A plus B plus C. In this method, C is added at last. In this way, A, that is first integer, is added at last. So in both the case, we will get same result. So A plus B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C. Right? This is associative law of addition of integer. This law is also true for multiplication of integers that we will discuss later. Okay. So let us take some examples, children. Suppose plus 3 plus minus 2 plus 5. This is one way to add. Here I have added plus 3 and minus 2. We have to find their same and then we will add plus 5 at last. Okay. And the second way, A plus B plus C. For that, we can write plus 3 plus. Now take B plus C together, second and third integers together. Here our integers are plus 3, minus 2 and plus 5. First integer is plus 3, that is value of A. Second integer is minus 2, which is value of B. And third integer is plus 5, which is value of C, third one. Right? So, A plus B plus C. So here I will write plus 3 and minus 2 together in the same bracket and then add plus 5 from outside. Clear? And in second method, firstly, you will add B plus C, second and third integer. As you can see here, second integer is minus 2 and third one is plus 5. So write these two inside one bracket together. Plus 5. Okay? So this is the way how we can add. Either we can choose first way or we can choose second way. Now add and see whether the results are same or not. Right? In this method, firstly add plus 3 and minus 2. So these two integers are having opposite sign. Children, yesterday I had told if two integers to be added have opposite sign, then we subtract. Right, children? If they have same sign, then we will add. So here we have to subtract plus 3 minus 2. So if we will subtract, we will get 1. And it will be plus 1 or minus 1. What will be sign, children? Because in integers you have to take care of the sign also. Okay? This is a very common mistake students used to make. So let me remind you, if we are adding two integers with opposite sign, then we will use the sign of integer whose absolute value is greater. Absolute value of plus 3 is 3. Absolute value of minus 2 is 2. 3 is greater than plus 2. We can say positivity of 3 is greater than negativity of minus 2. Okay. So result will be positive only. Here profit is greater and loss is smaller. So overall you will have profit. Right? So here you will have plus sign. For profit you will use plus sign. Okay. Now this plus 1 and what is left now? Plus 5 is left. Plus 1 added with plus 5. Both are positive, having same sign. So what we will do, children? If signs are same, we add them. Okay? And sum of two positive integers will be positive. Okay? Profit plus profit makes profit only. Right? So what we will get? Plus 1 and plus 5 will give plus 6. We will add 5 plus 1 6 and sign will be positive. Okay? Similarly, sum of two negative integers is always negative. That I have already told you. So now add this and see whether the result is the same or it is different. Solve this. Plus 3 is outside, so it will be added later. Plus, add these two integers. Minus 2 and plus 5. They are having opposite sign. So what we will do, children? We will subtract. Alright? We will subtract. 5 minus 2 will give 3. And sign, which sign we will use? We will write 3 and sign will be positive, right? Because positive integer is greater. So 5 minus 2 will give plus 3. So plus 3. Now plus 3 and plus 3 both are positive. So they will be added and sum of positive integer is also positive. So we will write add them. Plus 3 will give plus 6. So you can see, children, in both the case results are the same. Plus 6 and plus 6 both are the same. So we can say that a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Alright, children? So this is what? This is associative law. So sometimes you are asked to solve two expressions and you are asked to check whether they are equal or not, and you are asked to tell the name of property. Okay. So if the sum of these two expressions are equal, a plus b then plus c and a plus b plus c, if they are equal, then we will say that this is due to associative law. Okay, because in both the expressions we have changed the association, the group. Clear? So children, let us move to the next property, fourth property of integers, which is additive identity. Okay, so fourth property is based on additive identity. What is additive identity? Let me tell you. So before that, write the property number 4. So what is fourth property? That is additive identity. So children, what is identity? Your identity is told by the mirror. If you stand before mirror, then your mirror shows your identity to you. It shows your face, your reflection on the other side, and you are able to know who you are. Right? So an identity, additive identity is an integer which when added with any integer results into the same integer on the other side. It reflects the image of the integer on the other side. Okay? So how will we write? For any integer a, we have a plus. What I have told children? Additive identity is an integer which when added with any integer reflects the same integer a on the other side. Okay, it means if we add the additive identity in some integer plus 3, then the same result will be reflected on the other side. The image of that integer will be reflected on other side. So children, can you tell which number should be added here in plus 3 so that result is plus 3 only? There is no change. Yes, it is 0, children. Am I right? The integer is 0. When we add 0 in any of the integer, then there is no change in the value of integer. The same integer is reflected on the other side. So I am an integer, and when I am added with 0, I am standing before mirror. Then my identity, my image will be reflected on the other side. The same integer will be reflected on the other side. Okay. So here plus 3. If we add 0 here, so plus 3, when plus 3 is added with 0, then same integer plus 3 will be reflected on the other side. Right? So a plus 0. This integer is 0. So a plus 0 equal to a. Okay. So 0 is called additive identity. You can write it. 0 is called as additive identity. Right, children? So 0 is a very special integer. Okay. So when 0 is added in any integer, then it doesn't make any change in the value of the integer. The same integer is obtained on the other side. Clear? So this was the fourth property, that is additive identity. Now let us move to the fifth and the last property of addition of integer. And the last property of addition of integer is additive inverse. Okay. So let us write the fifth property, that is additive inverse. So you can note down this in your copy also. Additive inverse. What is additive inverse? For any integer a, we have a plus its additive inverse. Additive inverse is a special integer which is added in any integer and it converts it into 0. Additive inverse. Inverse means just opposite. Okay. So in case of addition, which integer is opposite to a given integer? That you have to see. I can see the opposite of an integer is also called as additive inverse. Why? When we add the opposite of an integer into the value of integer, then the result becomes 0. Okay. So additive inverse of an integer when added with the given integer converts the given integer into 0. That means result is 0. Sum of any integer which its additive inverse is always equal to 0. Okay. So any integer added with additive inverse results into 0. For example, to find additive inverse, we will have to write the opposite of an integer. Okay, opposite of an integer is called its additive inverse, right? So opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. Am I right? Opposite of profit of 2 rupees will be loss of 2 rupees. If you have profit and loss of same amount at the same time, then overall your profit or loss will be equal to 0. For example, if I have given 2 rupees to you, then you are having profit of 2 rupees, and after that I have taken back that 2 rupees from you. Okay, so you are having loss of 2 rupees, you are having profit of 2 rupees and loss of 2 rupees at the same time. So what is left with you, children? 0. There is nothing. So both plus 2 and minus 2 balance each other. Okay, so overall 0 is left, no profit, no loss, right? So for example, additive inverse of plus 3 will be equal to minus 3. Okay. To find additive inverse of an integer, we have to just change the sign of integer. Right, children? Additive inverse of plus 3 is minus 3. So additive inverse of minus 3 will also be plus 3. Okay, both are additive inverse to each other. If plus 3, if plus 3 is added into minus 3, then we get 0, right? So both the integers cancel each other. Plus 3 cancels minus 3 and minus 3 cancels plus 3. So we can say additive inverse of plus 3 is minus 3 and additive inverse of minus 3 is plus 3, right? If I ask you what is additive inverse of minus 5, then what will be your answer, children? Which integer makes minus 5 to 0? Which integers when added with minus 5 results into 0? Of course, children, that integer will be opposite of minus 5, and opposite of minus 5 is plus 5, right? So it will be plus 5. So you can see, to find the additive inverse of an integer, we need to change the sign of the integer, nothing else. It is so easy, children. So I think you can solve the questions based on additive inverse now. Okay, it is clear to you all. So let us move to the next topic now. Okay, this is all about the properties of integers. And the next topic that we have to discuss now is successor and predecessor of integers. You have already studied about the successor and predecessor of the whole numbers. Okay, so what I had told you, successor is the number which is one greater than the given number, and predecessor is the number which is one less than the given number. Predecessor occurs just before a given number. Successor comes just after a given number. Okay. To find successor, we will add 1 in the given integer. To find predecessor, we will subtract 1 from the given integer. Right, children? So, write the next topic now. And the next topic, successor or predecessor of an integer. So, what is successor? For any integer, if we have any integer a, then what can we say? Successor of a. To find the successor, what do? We add 1 in the given integer. Am I right? So, successor will be obtained by adding 1 in the given integer. And predecessor, it will be obtained by subtracting 1 from the given integer. Am I right? So predecessor equal to value of integer minus 1, right? And successor is value of integer plus 1. If you are not able to see here on the board, so I am dictating. You can listen to me and understand. It is a minus 1, right? And here successor is a plus 1. Dear children, for example, successor of plus or minus 3 will be equal to, what will be successor of minus 3? Is it minus 4? Let us check. So to find successor, add 1 in the given integer. Okay. And see if it is minus 4 or something else. It is minus 3, we are adding 1. So first one is a negative integer and second one is a positive integer. Minus 3 and plus 1 both are having opposite signs. So what we will do? We will subtract, not add. So it will not become 4, it will become 2 children. Okay. So 1 minus 3, from smaller integer we are subtracting the greater integer. Then we subtract 2 and from smaller we are subtracting greater, so the result will be negative. So we will put a minus sign here. Right, children? Because negativity is higher, loss is greater than the profit. You have loss of 3 rupees and profit of 1 rupee only. So loss is greater. So overall you will have loss. So for loss you will put minus sign. Okay? Take one more example. If I ask you predecessor of minus 1, which is the predecessor of minus 1? So children, minus 1, to find the predecessor, of minus 1, we will subtract 1 from the integer 1. So subtract 1 from here. So what we will get? Minus 1 and minus 1 both are having same sign. Okay. So integers with same sign are always added or subtracted, children? Of course, they are added. They are having same sign. It means they are moving in the same directions. Okay. So they are negative and negative. So their negativity will increase. So you will add for the increased value. So you will get 1 and 1. That means becomes 2. And both are negative. So sum of negative integer is always negative. Sum of positive integer is always positive. So here you will put minus sign because you are adding negative integers. So result will be negative. Right? So predecessor of minus 1 will be minus 2. Predecessor of minus 3 will be minus 3 minus 1. That is minus 4, not minus 2, children. Minus 2 is 1 greater than minus 3. So it is successor. Minus 2 is successor of minus 3, not the predecessor. Right, children? So I think this is clear to you all. Now let us move to the exercise 2a. Sorry, exercise 4b. Okay. So let us start. So all of you are supposed to open exercise 4b now. The exercise 4b is on page number 68, children. I hope you all are having book. So I am not sharing the book with you. Okay. If you are not having book, you can inform me. From the next class, I will share the screen, share the book also. Right? So see question number 2 in exercise 4b. As we have already discussed question number 1 yesterday in the last class. Okay. Even if you are having doubt, so for those who are still having doubt, I am solving one part of this question number 1. Okay. After that, we will start question number 2. So yesterday we had solved 8th and ninth part of question number 1, right? So let us solve question 7th part of question number 1. So question number 1, 7th part. Today I will solve only 7th part for those who are still having doubt, right? So here integers are 3 plus minus 2 plus minus 4. Okay, this question was in homework. So I think maximum of you have solved this question. So for those who are not able to solve, I am solving this question once again and see how this is solved. Okay. So 3 plus minus 2 and minus 4, these are the integers which are to be added. Now 3 plus minus 2, firstly add the first two integers. 3 plus minus 2, we are adding one positive integer with one negative integer. Both are having opposite sign. So what we will do? We will add or subtract, children? We will subtract. In case of opposite sign, we subtract, right? So subtract. 3 minus 2 will give 1. And sign may be positive or negative. Okay, it depends on the number. Here positive value is 3 and negative value is minus 2. Of course, the positivity is greater than the negativity of the second integer. Positivity of first integer is greater than the negativity of the second integer. So you will put positive sign. Here profit is of 3 rupees and loss is of 2 rupees. Profit is greater. So you will put positive sign. Am I right? Now these two integers are added and we have got plus 1. Now add the third integer minus 4. Now again the same rule you have to apply here. Plus 1 plus minus 4. One positive, one negative integers are there now. Okay. So again we will subtract. So 4 minus 1 will give 3. The difference of these two integers will be 3. But what sign we will use now, children? Now we will use negative sign because here you can see negativity of second integer is much greater than the positivity of the first integer. So I have told you the integer whose absolute value is greater. Okay, we will use the sign of integer whose absolute value is greater. So firstly see which integer is having greater absolute value. Absolute value of plus 1 is 1 and absolute value of minus 4 is 4. So of course 4 is greater than 1. So we will use sign of 4 here. Okay, that is minus sign. So in the answer put minus sign, and this is the answer. Right children? So this is how you have to solve question number 1. Other parts I think all of you have solved. If not solved, then you are supposed to solve this question today only. Okay? So let us move to the second question now. So read the second question from your book. Here, second question is fill in the blanks. It's so easy, children. There are some integers. You have to add them and write the result in the blank space. Right? So I think all of you can solve this question by yourself now. So, for example, first part minus 3 and plus minus 9. So what will be the result here, children? Both are negative integers, both are having same sign. In case of same sign, we add. Okay, I am continuously repeating, children. It must have been learned to you. So minus 3 plus 9 minus 9, they will be added. So 3 and 9 will become 12, and we are adding negative integers, so result will be negative because loss and loss makes loss only. Okay, so sign will be negative. You have loss of 3 rupees. Afterwards, you have loss of 9 rupees. So total loss will become 12 rupees. And for loss, we use minus sign. Am I right? So this is the way to understand profit and loss. In any way you can understand, children. Okay. Now, fifth part. Let us see the fifth part of the question. 8 plus minus 17. Okay, because each and every part is the same, children, so you are supposed to solve the remaining parts by yourself. Okay, so fifth part, let us see for those who are still not able to understand. So 8 plus minus 17, how to add? See, both the integers are having opposite sign. So what we will do, children, in case of opposite sign, we subtract. So subtract them. 17 minus 8 will give how much, children? It will give 9. And sign, which sign we will use, children? Yes, we will use minus sign, because you can see here negativity is greater than the positivity of the first integer. Okay, so loss is greater than the profit. We can see absolute value of 17 is 17 minus 70. Absolute value of minus 17 is 17 and absolute value of 8 is 8. So 17 is greater than 8. That's why we will use sign of 17. That is minus sign. Am I right? So put one minus sign here, and this will be the answer. That, children? In the same way, sixth part, here it is 2 plus minus 12. Same thing is here again. Positive integer is smaller, negative integer is greater. Negativity is greater. Okay, so we will subtract. They are having opposite sign. To subtract them, 12 minus 2 will give 10 and minus 12. Okay, 12 is greater than 2, so we will use sign of 12, that is minus sign. So what we get? Minus 10. So I think all of you can solve this question now. So I am moving to the next question, question number 3. Whatever parts I am not solving here, that are to be solved by yourself. Okay, that will be considered to be your homework. Right, children? Now question number 3. What is question number 3, children? Here we have to add some of the integers. You can see, for example, we have to add minus 365 and minus 87. Right? It's so simple, children. Both the integers are having same sign, so you will add, and because they are negative integers, so their result will be negative. So what we will get? 7 plus 5, 12, carry 1. 6 plus 8, 14, and 1, 15, carry 1. 3 plus 1, 4. 452, both are negative integers, so sign will be negative. Simple. So you have to add or subtract in the same way. The only thing you have to keep into your mind is the sign, right? For same sign we will add, for opposite sign we will subtract. Sum of positive integers will be positive, sum of negative integers will be negative. Okay, and if integers are having opposite sign, we will subtract and we will use the sign of the integer whose absolute value is greater, right? This is all you have to learn. So let us solve one more part of this question, children. I am solving the fourth part. Minus 1065 and minus 987. Add these two. Both are negative integers. So as we had done here, for the same sign we will add. Add the integers. 7 plus 5, 12. Then carry 1, 6, 8, 14 and 1, 15. 5 carry 1. 9, 1, 10, 0 carry 1, 1, 1, 2. And sign will be negative. 2052 minus 2052. That will be your answer. So in the same way, I think you can solve the other parts of this question, children. So see question number 4. Question number 4 is also the same. Only here is the case where both the integers are having opposite sign. Okay. So I am solving only one part of question number 4 for those who are still not able to understand. So fourth, question number 4, I am solving the fourth part. Minus 493 and plus 289. Children, both the integers are having opposite sign. First integer is negative, second one is positive. Okay, so we will subtract, right? So subtract. 3 cannot subtract 9, so take carry 13. 13 minus 9, 4. It becomes 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. And 4 minus 2 will be 2. 204 and sign. Which sign will be used, children? So here you can see negative integer is greater. Okay. So the value 493 is greater than 289. That's why we will use sign of 493. That is minus sign. Right? So put here one minus sign. Okay. So absolute value of negative integer is greater than the absolute value of positive integer. So we have put minus sign. In the same way, children, you are supposed to solve other parts by yourself. Okay. So let us move to the question number 5. Question number 5 is also the same, children. Here some integers are there. You have to add these integers. Okay. So I am solving 2-3 parts of this question, and other parts I think you can solve by yourself. That will be your homework. So children, at the same time you are supposed to solve this question by yourself. Okay. I am solving this on the board, especially for those who are still not able to understand. Okay. If you have understood, then you are supposed to solve this question in your copy by yourself at the same time when I am solving this on the board. Right? So let us see question number 5, and I am solving the ninth part. Suppose I am solving the ninth part of the question. Here integers are minus 312, then 39 and 192. These are three integers which are to be added. We can add in column method, we can add in row method also. Okay. So here I am using column method. For integers, not column method, I am using the row method. Right, children? So normal number, the numbers which are having no sign, can be added by using column method. Okay. But for integers, I recommend you to use the row method. How? Let us see. Here integers are minus 312, then 39 plus 192. So write it in a single row, like minus 312. Use bracket for the integers because they are having signs also. So to combine them with their sign, we use bracket. Write the integers inside the bracket. Okay. Plus second integer is 39. So 39 and third is 192. Okay. So firstly add the first two integers, or you can add the second and third integer also. Okay, you can choose any two integers to be added at first. Okay, this is associative law. Remember children. Okay, so use associative law. Add first and second integer, minus 312 and 39. Add them. They are having opposite sign, so we will subtract. Right? So subtract 12 minus 9 will give 3, and it becomes 10. 10 minus 3 will give 7, and it will become 2. 273. And 312 is greater than 39. So we will use sign of 312, that is minus sign. Plus 192. Now add these two. Again, they are having opposite sign. This is a negative integer, and this one is a positive integer. Okay. So we will subtract. Subtract 3 minus 2, 1, and 17 minus 9 will give 8, and here it is 0. Now we get 81. And which sign we will use, children? We will use negative sign, because 273 is greater than 192. So we will use sign of 273, that is minus sign. So we will get minus 81, and this is the answer. Okay. So this is the way how you have to solve this question. Let me solve one more part of this question. After that, I think you can solve this question by yourself. So 10th part. Let us see the 10th part of the question. Minus 51 plus, use bracket, plus minus 203 plus 36 and plus minus 28. This is the 10th part of the question, right? So we have to add these numbers. So we will start with first and second integer. Minus 51 and minus 203. Both are having same sign, so they will be added. So add these two. What we will get? We will get 254. And both are having same sign. Both are negative. So their sum will also be negative. Minus 254 plus 36 plus minus 28. Okay. Now add the first and second integer again. So add these two, what do we get? Minus 254 plus 36. They are having opposite sign, so we will subtract, right? Subtract. So 14 minus 6, 8. 4 minus 3, 1 and 2. And 254 is greater than 36, so we will use sign of 254, that is minus sign. Plus minus 28. Okay. Now both the integers are having same sign, negative sign. If they are having same sign, so we will add, right? If they are having opposite sign, we will subtract. So add them. 218 plus 28. What do we get? We get 246. And both are negative integers, so we will put a minus sign here. So result will be minus 246. So children, in this way, you are supposed to solve the remaining part of this question. So in homework, you will solve up to question number 5. Okay, whatever part I have not solved, that is your homework. Okay children. So this is all for today. So we will meet tomorrow and solve the remaining questions. Okay children. So thank you and have a nice day.